is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got Emma Kinsman back with me. You're from the Lanark County Interval House. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me again.
There is lots going on always at the Interval House in Lanark County, but we're going to talk about a
Yes.
few events that are going on right now. Let's start with the 16 days of activism. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so the 16 Days of Activism starts on November 25th. It's a global campaign where everyone comes together in solidarity to kind of try to end violence against women and gender-based violence. So we can work together and to come together in solidarity, and we can also try to, imagine a world where there's no violence. And that's what the goal of 16 Days of Activism is.
Now you've got a calendar on your Facebook page too. Can you just give you a few ideas of what you could do each day?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have tons of different things going on. You can find it on our website or on our social media. And we have some in-person events, and we have some days where we'll share some information. So we have some really exciting events coming up. We have one on November 29th, which is called Survivor Stories, and that's with author Margaret Carson. She's a local author, sorry, and she wrote The Castleton Massacre. So she's the eldest of the two surviving children from the Castleton Massacre. And she kind of talks about her story of overcoming the traumas to find a life of happiness and health with her sibling. And she's an amazing author, an amazing speaker. Her book was actually one of the top 100 books of 2022
Wow.
with the Globe and Mail. And she was also a finalist for the Brass Knuckle Award for True Crime in 2023. So you definitely won't want to miss that event. It's at 6 p.m., at the Carleton Place Library on the 29th.
I so respect people like this, that have so much strength to be able to tell their stories and share it with everybody.
Yeah, telling your story is really hard, but it's really important because it's something that, violence against women is something that's occurred behind closed doors for so long. So it's really important to share those stories and to make people more aware, and for other survivors to hear they're not alone.
Yes, both capacities, like you say, it's to make an awareness of those, and then awareness to those that's happening. That, yeah, there is help
Yeah,
out there, and that's what the Interval House is all
yeah.
about as well too. So December 6th, there's a vigil in acknowledgement of the National Day of Remembrance to an action of violence against women too. That's going on in Perth.
Yeah, it's a long day. It's the National Day of Remembrance and Action on Gender-Based Violence. So we always have a vigil in Perth. It's at the Women's Monument there. It's in the park beside Crystal Palace. So it's a time where we all come together to candlelight vigil, and we just remember and honor those women that were taken too soon by violence in our community and across the country. It started as a day of remembrance for the École Polytechnique massacre in 1989, and it's really evolved from there. So it's a great time to come together. We've had a couple of femicides in our own community, Lanark County, over the last few years. So I think it's, really special for people in our community now, because we can all come together and show that we stand in solidarity with these women who were taken by violence.
And absolutely too, when we were talking about the 16 days of activism too, there's so much happening locally, but this is a global event that's going on. It's
Yeah,
a worldwide
yeah,
issue, but it brings together people in their own communities.
exactly. It's a global campaign, but this is just what we're doing in our community. So it's so powerful to think about every community across the world is doing something for 16 days to try to imagine a world where there's no violence. So I always really enjoy the 16 days, and we try to make as many events as possible and just give as much information as possible to the community, because yeah, I think it's something that's easy to think, oh, this doesn't happen here in Lanark County, but
Mm,
it does. So
that's right. That's right. Now this is Christmas season is coming upon us too, and you've got families living in the interval houses. Um, the giving campaign is starting.
yeah, absolutely. So the holidays are a really tough time for our clients. They're often feeling down and disheartened. So we do as much as we can to make them feel uplifted and special during the holidays. So we have our holiday giving campaign. We normally help about 300 families who are
Wow.
fleeing domestic violence. And these are all families that are local to Lanark County. So we have donation bins available in the community. We have one at our shelter, one at Rona and IDA in Carlton Place, and one at the independent grocery stores in Smiths Falls, Perth, and Almont. So we can accept donations until December 13th, and it really just makes such a big difference. It's something special for the women because I think a lot of them feel that the community doesn't care about them. But at the holidays, when they can see, look how much the community has come together for you. So it's really special and encouraging for them. So some really great gifts to give would be pajamas and slippers for women and children of all sizes, journals, headphones, anything that you would like, our clients would like as well. And gift cards are a great gift. They're really empowering for the women. They can make choices for themselves about what their children will get for Christmas, and they just make great gifts too.
Absolutely, it is. It is the season of giving, and it is Christmas time, and these women, you get so much strength and respect for them to flee violence, and they need to celebrate Christmas too. Pardon me. Yeah, they need to celebrate Christmas too, and know that their community is thinking of them. That's
Absolutely.
wonderful. That's wonderful. All right, so the 16 days of activism, the dates for those again, Emma?
So that starts on November 25th and it runs until December 10th. And we'll have something on every single day. So just stay tuned to our social media, and we hope that as many community members as possible will participate.
All right, and how do people get a hold of you in the meantime if they need any information about Interval House, or they're fleeing from violence? How would they get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can visit our website at www.lcih.org, or you can check out Lanark County Interval House on Facebook and Instagram. And all of our contact numbers are there. If you're someone that needs our support, we have a text line, we have a 24-hour crisis line, and we're always here to support you. You're not alone.
That's right. You're not alone. You're not alone. And at Christmas time too. The locations again for the holiday giving campaign?
So we have bins at Rona and IDA in Carlton Place and at our shelter. We also have drop-off bins at the independent grocery stores in Smiths Falls, Perth, and Almont.
Great, great. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything you do, Emma. Emma Kinsman once again here on FYI. Thanks for joining us from the Lanark County Interval House. Merry Christmas.